What's good, everybody? I'm Isaac Lee, and I'm back this time not with a review, but with a reaction to the new Scream trailer. So let's get straight into it. So they're pretty much bringing everyone back. They got Neve Campbell, who, let's be honest, she needs a check. She ain't did nothing big since Scream. You can say the same thing about Courtney Cox. She ain't did nothing big since Scream. They're bringing her back. They're also bringing back David Arquette, who he's a third person. Hasn't done anything big aside from Scream. I mean, he's got a little bit of publicity because of his wrestling career. For those who don't know, he is a wrestler. I'll make sure to post a picture of that as well. But I'm watching this and they're definitely taking some notes from the original Scream movie, because you see the whole scenario with the girl. She's at home by herself, and all of a sudden you get an anonymous phone call and someone's clearly outside. But what's interesting is how they have this whole technological spin on it, on the fact that when it comes to the doors on the house being unlocked, everything's just electronic, and the fact that it's all like synced up to her phone. It's like, and even in real life, I just hate those commercials where they're talking about how, oh, you can be on vacation, but then you can just sync up your security system to make sure everything's locked at home. I'm like, you're leaving yourselves open to people hacking it and then breaking in. I'm like, why would you do that? And sure enough, they show an example of that in the beginning of this trailer, where a girl's getting attacked and then she gets a notification on her phone saying door unlocked, and now she has to pull out her phone to lock it back, and then she gets another notification saying that doors are unlocked again. I'm like, seriously? It's like, when I saw that, a part of me was like, okay, I understand I'm supposed to be feeling something for this victim, but at the same time, it's like, do I feel anything for her or this family who decided to just hook up their security system like that? Like, you felt that little about your security that this seemed like the best the best decision. So it's like, it is what it is. So I guess I'm a little curious to see maybe if Drew Barrymore, what Drew Barrymore in real life would have felt about the trailer. Clearly she's not going to be in this movie. She died in the beginning of the first one, just like Jada Pinkett. So we're not going to see any of those cameos. But yeah, as far as the main three, we're definitely going to see those. They have little inspirations as far as David Arquette talking about their rules to it, that classic scene about horror movie rules and things you got to abide by and things like that. But I'm wondering how much realism they're going to add to it. I'm curious about who the killer is. I'm thinking it's going to be like some outcast, someone who was always picked on, like no one wanted to be friends with them, none of the girls wanted to ever date him. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's taking it out on them, trying to add like some realism. Was it someone who may have considered, being harmful to other people, maybe like an incel, something like that. I'm curious if they're gonna add that one little tidbit of realism to it. So I'm curious to see what realism they add to it, even though that'd be the simple route to go, just to say, oh well, he's the outsider, and I mean, it'd be easy and it'll sell. But I mean, are we really looking for depth from a Scream movie? I think that's the real question. Are we really looking for depth? And I feel like the answer is no. We're not. Let's be real. When it comes to a Scream movie, we really just want good death scenes. That's it. We just want to leave the movie with some good death scenes, saying, oh man, did you see this scene? Did you see that scene? That's what we really want. We're not looking for depth. This isn't Citizen Kane. Come on. It's Scream. Just give us some good death scenes. Even in the trailer, there's a scene where at the end of the trailer, you hear the voice of the killer saying, it's been an honor. So clearly, this is like some copycat killer who clearly they're familiar with the original killings of the original Ghostface killer. So I'm curious to see how that plays out. I'm wondering if we're ever gonna find out who the killer is. This might be the beginning of a series. So just saying this out loud, I'm thinking about that too. This really might be the beginning of a series. Like, okay, because this might just be one big reboot. Like, okay, we get Scream 1, and now, okay, are we getting a whole new Scream 2, Scream 3, Scream 4 scenario like that? So I'm curious to see if they keep that going. But I woke up this morning and I find out there's a Scream trailer. I'm like, just an attack of the 90s, because we're getting Matrix, we're getting Ghostbusters, Halloween is right around the corner. I'm like, what's next? I'm like, are they gonna come out with I know what you did last summer? Actually, they already did. Now that I say it out loud, they already did. Is it a movie or a TV series? It's one of the two, but yeah, they already have that in the works. So yeah, it's Attack of the 90s. I really wish they would come out with some more newer stuff, but at the same time, I understand wanting to bring back things for a newer audience. I just hope that with this movie, they bring more new than old. I don't want them to spend the whole movie just rehashing old stuff and not having enough time for the new. That was the exact same issue I had with Coming to America, but that's a whole whole nother discussion. And at the end of the day, those are just my thoughts. What are yours? And if you like what I had to offer, hit that like and subscribe at the bottom. I'm Isaac Lee. This is The Rundown.